You heard Melanie say, got to keep the pressure up. You see people who follow Senator Kristen Sinema in bathrooms, pressuring her as she reported in D.C. I mean, look, that's the only thing that's going to happen here. And so folks have done things a nice way. They've had responsive to that up against him and all the other Democrats. And yes, President Joe Biden is going to have to stop with this, hey, we might have to do this. No, he is going to have to commit.
Yeah, Roland, thanks for having me back again. It's good to see you again. There's a few things here. Now, we've talked about this a number of weeks here on this show, and some of what I'm going to say today is the same thing I said the previous weeks. Yeah, you have to keep the pressure up, but they're not putting the right type of pressure. They're not using the right type of pressure. If we go back to 2015, Roland, when you had the transgender bathroom bill in the state of Indiana, corporations were tripping over themselves to come out and denounce the transgender bathroom bill, and they put economic pressure on the Indiana state legislature. They were threatening to cancel conventions in the state of Indiana. One convention was canceled, and within a week, the Indiana state legislature changed the bill because of economic pressure from corporations. Now, remember a few months ago, corporations were putting out statements here and there, but notice how silent they've been. And one of the things that's missing is putting economic pressure on corporations. And, one of the things that needs to happen is I remember back when Cindy Hyde-Smith was running against Mike Espy in Mississippi for a senator. ProPublica put out a list of corporations that donated to Cindy Hyde-Smith. This is when she made those public hanging comments. And this caused a furor. Now, she still won, but this put pressure on corporations. So, one, we need to look at the corporations. FEC.gov has the list of corporations that donated to Joe Manchin and Kristen Sinema's campaign. Those corporations have to be called out and economic pressure on them. We know that a carve out to the filibuster has been used 161 times over the past last half century. Filibuster only came into existence in 1917, by the way. It's not in the Constitution. And the other thing is that this has to be expanded beyond just an African American issue. This is a 19th Amendment issue, which deals with white women's voting rights. This is a 26th Amendment issue, right, which deals with college students as well. But here's the deal.
But here's the deal. But hold on. But here's the piece, Kelly. Mark Elias tweeted this the other day as well. He said, "Hey, what happened to Michael's point? What happened to all these companies that were going to, and these law firms that were going to have this major effort? And in fact, you had Ken Frazier, the brother who was the CEO of one of the pharmaceutical companies. You had Ken Chenault. People were lauding them for what pressure they were putting on. Well, where in the hell are they gone?"
I couldn't tell you, because right now it just feels like everything is stalled because of Manchin and Sinema. And last I checked, I voted for Biden as president, not Manchin, not Sinema, and not anyone else who wants to railroad democracy in this way. The fact of the matter is, we need every initiative that was in the original Build Back Better Act, because that is what we voted for as a people. That is why we put Biden in office. That is why we worked so hard to make sure that we had a modicum of a majority in the Senate and the House come 2020. And now all of that feels like it's for naught, because people are weak in that they don't want to fight, except for the people outside of Capitol Hill, such as Melanie and the like, who are fighting on our behalf. But we didn't vote for Melanie to fight on our behalf. We voted for Biden. We voted for Democrats. We voted for progressives to make sure that the agenda on the line is actually fulfilled, because literally our lives are at stake.
The thing here, Cleo, is at the end of the day, Manchin obviously only wants to deal with money. He loves fossil fuel money, oil and gas corporations. And so, you know what? The pressure needs to be placed on Exxon, placed on those coal companies and say they should be standing up for voting rights. I mean, clearly that's the only people who he listens to, and so that's how he must be targeted. And I've been saying it. What Michael said, I've been saying this for actually years. Got to challenge also all of these white folks, these young voters out here who've sort of been silent on this issue, because frankly, the only people who I see constantly protesting and getting arrested are black people. And Latinos got to step the hell up. Asians got to step the hell up as well.
First of all, Roland, you know me long enough for me to be able to comfortably ask you for that jacket that you got on. So know that I want that jacket when you finish. First of all,
you got to get your own, got to get your own made.
Okay, well, all right, well, see, I thought you knew me, but anyway, back to the topic. I agree with both of the panelists, particularly Mr. Hotep, who referenced to begin his comments on how the trans issue became an issue that everybody got behind in terms of supporting that, bathrooms, et cetera. It became a policy, a structural issue relatively quickly. But what I keep hearing, and maybe there's more that I could have heard, but I keep hearing Biden, and Biden needs to step up. But the LGBT community and the people that had bathrooms changed, et cetera, don't care who's president, in terms of that being their only focus of who they talk to get what they want. As Michael mentioned, and as I mentioned in previous shows, they have a machine. They have a consistent machine that is relentless and focused no matter who's in the White House. As a matter of fact, most people who are trying to get in the White House reference that machine to make sure they're in good with it, because they know that the machine is powerful. And that machine is omnipresent. It's in Congress. It's in every part of human life. But we don't have black people in every part of human life who are courageous enough to care about black people to that point. And that's one of our problems. And along with problem-solving conversation, we need to look at what I call it the trance that black people are in, including black people who are in Congress, et cetera. We are in a trance that that paralyzes us, where we only go so far. And when the right white person doesn't support us, we give up and go back into this paralysis or back into the trance. Like you said, Roland, these corporations and all these other people who like dollars need to feel concerned about what black people will do and won't do, what black people will and will not support. They need to be afraid of us. But for us to create that kind of reaction to us, we have to love ourselves more and be more and value black people and value black power and stop tiptoeing and worry about white gaze. I mean white G-A-Z-E this time, not white G-A-Y-S, because that's part of what's going on. Right. We have an unconscious anxiety around hurting white folks' feelings, and the people who have power and get what they want in this country, they don't have that anxiety.
Folks, back to our Roland Martin Unfiltered video in just one moment.
Time to be smart.
Roland Martin's doing this every day.
Oh, no punches!
Thank you, Roland Martin, for always giving voice to the issues.
Look for Roland Martin in the whirlwind, to quote Marcus Garvey again.
The video looks phenomenal, so I'm really excited to see it on my big screen.
Support this man, Black Media. He makes sure that our stories are told.
See, this difference between Black Star Network and Black-owned media and something like CNN.
I got to defer to the brilliance of Dr. Carr and to the brilliance of the Black Star Network.
I am rolling with Roland all the way.
Honored to be on a show that you own, a black man
owns the show.
Folks, Black Star Network is here.
I'm real revolutionary right now. Roland was amazing on there.
Hey, Black, I love y'all. I can't commend you enough about this platform that you've created for us to be able to share who we are, what we're doing in the world, and the impact that we're having.
Let's be smart. Bring your eyeballs home.
You can't be Black-owned media and be scared. You dig?